start. Browning. Okay, he's gone. Okay, he's gone.
Meet Eduardo Estrada.
Eduardo Estrada.
He's been a mail carrier in Mountain View for a while.
Close to 27 years.
In the heart of Silicon Valley. The United States Postal Service is in a battle it might not be able to win, but Estrada is trying to save it, one customer at a time.
We're supposed to deliver service. That's the bottom line, service. Me, myself, I'm a happy-go person, and I smile with everybody because I thank God that we woke up. And that's how you should start your day. And the people on my route, everybody knows me. They know when I'm gone. I can't tell them when I'm going on vacation because they get upset.
Estrada is a cynic's worst nightmare. He's equally comfortable as a pragmatic philosopher, an open-minded Catholic, and a family man. And he loves to talk about his job.
What can you ask for? You're outside. You're socializing and you're doing your job. You're getting exercise. Not bad all the way around.
And the way he talks, you can almost forget that the USPS is in dire financial straits and verging on default. At the end of the current fiscal year, the service is projected to be $15 billion in debt, which is the maximum they can borrow from the Treasury Department unless Washington acts to change that limit.
Maybe there was an illusion that there was always going to be a large volume of mail in the U.S. People just aren't writing letters, and there seems to be a very marked generational shift.
Once a year, I go to a daycare, where there's children like 3 or 4 years old, and I give them a rundown about the Postal Service. But, it's difficult to explain to a 4-year-old what a mailman is and how do you get one letter from point A to point B. But they trip out on the uniform, and I take my bag and the mace, and it's nice.
USPS spokesperson James Woodgell says technology is a double-edged sword. Even as it's taken a big bite out of U.S. mail volume, it's also made it easier to sort the remaining 563 million pieces of mail that go through the Postal Service daily.
We certainly can't stop technology. We can't stop the future. We can't stop change. We can't stop, the advent of email and where it's going. But what we can do is, for the people that still choose to use the Postal Service, is provide the best service possible.
I make a point when I do my children talk. I said you can trust the postman, and we have to. That trust, we have to live up to it.
Over the course of his career in Mountain View, Estrada has built trust and relationships with seemingly everyone on his 9-mile loop.
Mail call. Good morning, my dear.
How are you?
How's everything today? Very good.
How are you?
Oh, very
Ready
well.
for the weekend?
Oh, yes, ma'am. How about yourself?
Nice.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you are. Have a good day. Bye, dear.
Thank you.
The humans might trust him as a friend, but he's had no such luck with the dogs.
I can start on one block, and they'll hear the jingles. They know it's us. And by the time you're finished doing your loop and coming on the other side, all the dogs know that the mailman is coming. I swear, I'm not kidding. They know, man. And they know. You hear them barking all along your route.
Estrada says in the past quarter-century, he's only been yelled at by one customer who was on edge because her mother had died. Eduardo cared for his own mother until she died at the age of 94. He says that experience, plus his experiences in the Postal Service, have taught him the value of patience.
I had an elder mother, and old folks, you have to be patient with them. That's the only way to communicate with your elders. Because they can't move as fast anymore, and you have to be understanding and patience. Man, you have to be patient.
A bit of patience from its critics could also help the USPS. It seems old and flabby, and it can't keep up with the younger, faster world that's grown up around it in Silicon Valley and beyond.
We were talking about that this morning.
But at lunch on Escuela Street, at a regular hangout called Tony and Alba's, Estrada tells his friends Joe, Emily, Dave, and Frank that he's optimistic.
Man, they say the mail business is an institution, and I feel that way. If we were able to bail out banks, why can't we, let the Postal Service do what it needs to do?
Dave stands up to applaud.
Thank you. So we don't put all them billions of dollars for the future. Man, let us use our money for we can succeed.
It's a long, uphill battle for Estrada and his 547,000 co-workers nationwide. The $15 billion question is whether hard work and the human touch the carriers bring to the mail can keep the service out of retirement and off the deathbed. This is Eric Johnson from the Peninsula Press, a project of the Stanford Graduate Program in Journalism.